busting. Many brothers I be sparking and rusting, man, like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the anime. And today we're going to continue to take a little bit of a break from the lore videos, like the light novels and etc. And we're going to talk about Kashin Koji, because now that we've had Kashin Koji versus Isshiki in the anime, and now the anime only fans have seen the reveal that Kashin Koji is a clone of Jiraiya, now we can start the conversation about where in the world did Kashin Koji go after Isshiki was about to kill him. And this is fascinating to me because I'm going to tell you right now, again, in the manga, we don't know where Kashin Koji turned up at. Right now, it's still a mystery. Is Kashin Koji dead? Is Kashin Koji biding his time? Did he go back to the Flaming Mountains? Is it possible that now that he knows that he's a clone of Jiraiya, that he would have went to Mount Miyaboku? Well, I want to talk to you guys about some of those scenarios because I do think that narratively there is one that could work that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. So when you look at the brilliance, and I'm going to say it's brilliant, but when you look at the brilliance of the symbolism behind Kashin Koji being a clone of Jiraiya, one of the things that you see is that Boruto as a franchise has a very, very common theme. According to the illustrator for the Boruto manga, Ikimoto, one of the core themes that the Boruto manga has is it's about shaking off the inheritance of one's family. Well, the reason why that's so huge is that even though Kashin Koji is not Jiraiya's son, the fact is that Isshiki, when he's talking to him, says, well, you know, one of the things you have to look at is that you're a clone of Jiraiya and that man had a predestined fate, just like you have a predestined fate. And Amado thought that maybe you could kind of shake off that and you thought that you could kill me. Well, the fact is that shaking off the inheritance of one's family, that means making your own destiny, making your own way forward. Well, Kashin Koji did just that. Jiraiya died in order to provide the opportunity for Naruto to win. Basically, Jiraiya gave his life in order to get the intel. That intel was then used to help out Konoha in finding a way to bring down pain. Jiraiya's death also inspired Naruto to undergo Sage Mode training, and it led to Naruto unlocking another level of power in order to make use out of that intel. Well, in the Isshiki battle, we see that Jiraiya's clone Kashin Koji gave his life. They were able to gain intel, and following up with the pattern, you had Baryon mode that was shown off in the anime opening of the Boruto series. Well, the fact is that it's similar, but the difference in this is Kashin Koji did what Jiraiya couldn't. He escaped. So that's Kashin Koji shaking off the inheritance that one has from one's family. Well, now that he knows that he's a clone of Jiraiya, where this makes sense is Jiraiya is known as the Great Toad Sage. Well, Kashin Koji very specifically said these are flames from the Flaming Mountains. That's a location that we've never heard in the Naruto manga or was ever referenced in the anime before this. But we know that Kashin Koji has some type of a contract summoning with these toads. Well, the fact is that you could be in a situation where Kashin Koji was just summoning those toads, and it was because he had Jiraiya's DNA that he was able to do so. But him showing back up and going to Mount Miyaboku and meeting with the toads there and gaining that information and undergoing proper training. He's already a perfect sage, but being able to tap into that power and having the training to fully utilize that power, they're two completely different things. And I think that is something that could work right there. If you say that Kashin Koji, knowing that he went up against Isshiki and that he was likely going to die, Kashin Koji went to the Mount Miyaboku, recovered from his injuries. Because you had the toads there, that's one of the things where they would have known what happened in the aftermath of the Naruto and Isshiki battle. And during this whole time, you could have Kashin Koji leveling up for what could be the next threat right there. Because Kashin Koji comes off like a character that, for the most part, he just wants to rid the world of the Otsutsuki clan threat. So that isn't too big of a stretch right there. The one thing that I worry about, where I kind of poke a hole in this idea of Kashin Koji being on Mount Miyaboku, is the fact that all the Kara members are cyborgs. That includes Kashin Koji. He is a clone, but just as Dr. Gero took Lapis and Lazuli, two normal teenage human beings in the Dragon Ball verse, and he biomechanically engineered their bodies and altered their body structure the same way that Amado did with other members that have not been introduced in the Boruto anime yet, and just as he did with all the other Kara members, including Kawaki. All of those characters have one thing in common. It has been stated that they need regular maintenance. And so during this time when Kashin Koji would have been at Mount Miyaboku, he would have had the same problem that Kawaki had inside of Konoha, where Katasuke is looking over Kawaki's body and saying, like, this ninja tech that's inside your body is way too advanced for me. The nanomachines are on a different level. I can't fix your body. Eventually, it's just going to deteriorate. And that was the whole reason why Katasuke got super excited about the idea of Amado getting brought into the village, because he'd be able to study all that information. Well, the fact is that there's nobody at Mount Miyaboku unless you think that just as the Naruto world progress, we have some frog that has these huge glasses and the frog is a scientific genius. Unless you think something like that is going on at Mount Miyaboku, Kashin Koji's body would be deteriorating just as the way that Kawaki's body did. So I think that's the only thing that's kind of holding back that theory right there, that he's there at Mount Miyaboku, because those grave injuries on top of his body needing that regular maintenance, I think that at some point he would have to seek out Amado, and that's not happening in the manga yet. So I'm kind of curious to know from you guys, what do you guys think? Where do you think Kashin Koji is? I know one of you guys said in the comment section that's probably going to be a comment of the week when we get to the episode review, but one of you guys said that he probably went to Tsunade's bedroom, and another one said that Kashin Koji's last words were 104 or 106 centimeters, or 108 centimeters, whatever Tsunade's breast size was. That was absolutely hilarious. So I'm very curious to know, on the serious note, where do you guys think Kashin Koji is? Do you think that the guy's dead? Do you think he's at the Flaming Mountains? Do you think he's at Mount Miyaboku? Where do you think this character is currently? Do you agree with me that essentially Kashin Koji's body is just breaking down and there's no saving him? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.